Dad, I'm sorry for texting you while you're at work, but I need your help. There's something going on here at home.
Hey, Maggie, it's my lunch break right now, so I can talk for a bit. What do you need help with?
What am I supposed to do about this? I can't go inside the house right now.
What?
I came back home early today because my stomach started to hurt and bother me quite a bit.
What? Are you feeling well enough to stay home, though? Do you need to go see the doctor?
I was able to see one of the nurses near my office, and she gave me some medicine and said I most likely just have a really upset stomach. So right now it's not as bad, but I'm not feeling well enough to get any more work done today.
I see. So you're at the house now, right?
Yes, I just got here a few minutes ago, but I wasn't able to go inside the house, so I went down to the park near our house and I'm laying on a bench.
What happened at the house that kept you from going inside?
That guy was in the house!
That guy?
Chris?
What? Your former stalker?
Yes. When I left for work this morning, I forgot to grab the key to the house so that I could let myself back in when I got home. So, since I wasn't able to go through the front door, I walked around to the yard and thought I'd be able to get in through the side entrance by the garage. And that's when I saw him.
So he's inside the house right now?
Yes.
Wait, but isn't today the day that Mom should be home? Did that guy get into the house while she left the house to go shopping or something? This isn't good. I'm going to have to give her a call right now.
Dad, wait. Mom was in there too.
What?
Her and Chris, they were on the couch together.
What did you say?
I shouldn't really get into all the details for you, right? I'm sure it would upset you further, but,
I know what you're trying to say, so don't even feel bad for bringing this up to me. If anything, I'm very thankful that you're telling me the truth about what you all saw in the house. Honestly, I'm sure you're feeling pretty terrible yourself now, and I don't mean what's going on with your stomach. You just had to see your mom with your ex-stalker, so I'm sorry for that, Maggie. I think for the time being, we need you to find a place to get some rest, since your stomach isn't feeling too well. Do you want to go see a doctor about it and wait there?
I don't think I need to see one since I've already talked with the nurse about it.
Well then, how about you wait for me at that park? Give me a minute now. Maggie? I had a talk over the phone with one of the managers at the cafe down the street from that park you're at. I told him what's going on and he said that you can go relax in the cafe for a bit if you need to.
At the cafe? Why did you call there?
One of the managers, honestly, the owner and his wife, they both went to school with me in middle school. Their house is behind the cafe, and they said they'd be fine having you come to their cafe, and even going in and taking a nap in their house. I also had a talk with my boss about what's going on, and I'll get the rest of today off to come home. So could you please go to the cafe and wait for me?
All right, I'll start heading there now. Thank you, Dad.
Haven, do you have a second?
Oh, hey, Brennan. Aren't you supposed to be working right now? What's going on there?
Right now I'm on my afternoon break, well, I was just told before taking this break that I'm needed at another office out of state for a bit. So I thought I'd just let you know about that.
Oh, so you're going on a little business trip?
And actually, Maggie will be coming along with me.
What? Why would she be going along with you?
You've known about how the company I'm working for and the company that Maggie is at have been customers with one another, right?
Yeah. I guess you told me about that a while back.
And well, this time that other office is asking for one representative from both companies to go over and help them with a project, so both myself and Maggie were chosen to be the ones to head on out there and help out for a little bit.
What a coincidence.
So there you go. This will be the reason for why we both will be going on this business trip together. And depending on how things go with the project, she might even get a promotion, which would be wonderful for her. Right?
It sure would be. Well, thank you for letting me know about it.
Maggie? I just went and had a conversation with your mom about how we'd be going on that business trip together.
All right. But man, was the timing for all of this perfect. Who would have thought that while you and I have been planning out how to deal with Mom, our companies would ask us to work on that project together?
And the fact that this project will be out of state and take some time, I guess that getting all the evidence we need of your mom cheating on me will become a whole lot easier for the both of us now. However, during this whole trip, I'm not really going to be thinking about actually working or anything.
Yeah, I feel the same way there. But we have to do what our companies are expecting us to do, so let's get all of that taken care of first.
Yeah, let's do that.
My break is over with now.
Oh, it's getting to that time, isn't it? Well then, good luck with the remainder of your work today.
Thank you, Dad, and you as well.
Haven, we just made it to the hotel we'll be staying at.
That must have been a pretty long drive for you both today. I'm assuming that Maggie is there with you as well, right? Same room?
Yeah, well, no. Actually, she'll be in the room next to mine, but there is a door in between the walls to each room we can leave open. Right now, we're getting ready to go out and grab a quick snack before bed.
I see. I'm sorry, Brennan, but can we cut things short for tonight?
Why?
Well, I have a friend of mine coming over here shortly.
Oh. That's pretty rare for you to do.
I'd been texting her about how for a little while I'd be home all alone because you both are out of state, and so she said she'd come over and keep me company. She's even planning on staying the night tonight. I'll have her stay in the guest room since that's the only clean room in the house right now. But anyway, when she gets here, I won't really be able to talk much.
Understood. Have fun with your friend then.
I will. Good night.
Good night.
Dad, the camera I'd placed in your bedroom just caught some video of Mom and Chris together in bed. For a bit there, she was looking at her phone, so I'm assuming that was when you were texting her?
That was me. I just wanted to let her know that you and I made it to the hotel. Thanks for telling me about that. It's so crazy how far technology has advanced. Are you still watching them now?
A little.
Well, I'm done talking with her tonight, and I'm sure we both know what she's going to be doing in that bed with him. So you can stop watching now and let the camera record.
Good point. They've already started making out, so I'm not sticking around for this nasty crap anymore.
Maggie, I just stopped by my lawyer's office and picked up some more evidence he helped find.
Oh, alright, good.
From here on out, I think it would be best for you to lay low, let me handle all the legal stuff.
Wait, why should I stay out of it?
Because the person I'm going to have to deal with besides your mom is that stalker of yours. Ex-stalker, I mean. And from what the lawyer and his private detective were able to find for us, he is still actively trying to find out where you go and look through all your social media accounts.
What?
Honestly, I'm happy that you and I have been out of the state so many times these past few months.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I don't want him finding any more about you than he already has. So let me and my lawyer handle the rest of this. You can go ahead and get going. All right?
Dad, will do. Good luck with finishing what we've started.
Haven, can we have a little chat?
Oh, hi, Brennan. Are you texting me to tell me about how you've made it back to that hotel again?
Not this time. This time I have something a little more in-depth to talk about, so I hope you have some time right now.
What? Something more in depth?
What? Is right now not the best time for you?
I'm afraid so. Right now I'm in the bathtub, relaxing, so can we talk about all of that later?
Well, I knew you would be taking your phone with you into the bathtub.
It's not like my arms and head are in the water or anything, so what's wrong with me having my phone in here? It's waterproof anyway. When I get out of the tub and am dried off, I'll text you back, all right? Just give me a little bit longer.
I can't. I'm sorry, but that is not going to happen this time.
What? Now why can't you just wait a little while? You don't have anything going on over at the hotel right now, do you?
I'm sorry for bothering you while you're in the tub with another man, but I'm gonna need a settlement from the both of you, so please get on that for me.
What? Come on now, why would you say something like that to me? I'm at home all by myself and you're talking about there being another man here? Are you suspecting me of cheating on you right now or something? Don't do something like this, Brennan. You know better than to think your wife would ever do that to you.
I have a witness's account of what was seen.
What?
And to gather more evidence based on what the witness had seen, a camera was placed in our bedroom.
A camera?
I also went and got in touch with a lawyer who hired a private investigator for me, and
What?
from what they were able to find for us, I've had to think about nonstop for days now. It's all gut-wrenching to think about, and I almost feel like I have appendicitis now.
So you found out?
That man you're currently sitting in the bathtub with just so happens to be the same man that was stalking our daughter very often 2 years ago. Chris, right?
What?
We both had thought that after the first time I talked with him about what he was doing and told him to knock it off, things would be over with. What are you doing, Haven? Don't even try to act dumb about this all now. Start talking to me like everything has already been found out, because that's the reality of things right now.
Okay. 2 years ago, when we started to confront Chris for stalking Maggie, I fell in love with him. And, well, he sort of noticed that I began to have those feelings for him.
And?
Brennan, if you can promise me that you and I will get a divorce, I will leave you alone forever and marry Chris next. And I'll let you see Maggie sometimes, and you and I will never have to see or talk to one another again. How does that sound?
This is exactly what my lawyer and the investigator said would happen. You know, it's crazy how good those two are at their jobs. I never wanted to think that my wife, of all people, would start to cheat on me with the man that caused our daughter so many scares. I'm in disbelief right now. You're not mother to Maggie.
But...
Don't you even think of telling me there was no other choice. I'm not going to take that kind of answer from you after this.
Oh, but Brennan...
Just like you were asking, you and I will get a divorce.
Really? Are you sure? So you're really going to divorce me and let me have Chris?
Yes.
Well, then that means I can be with Chris forever now.
However, Maggie will come with me, and you will never get to see or talk with her again.
What?
You thought that you'd just get to keep her around you? Who in their right mind would want to keep calling someone their family when they're getting married to the creep that stalked them? You know dang well that she wants nothing to do with either of you two now.
But everyone's always told me that in a divorce, it's always the mother that gets to keep her kids.
What are you going on about, Haven? Maggie is over 18 years old now. She's an adult now, and her own person.
What?
The only time things like parental custody would ever be a problem in a divorce is if the kids are still younger than 18. Maggie is in her 20s now, and has the freedom to go wherever she wants and be with whoever she wants.
But hold on. But Chris is a really good-looking man, and he has a lot of money. If you think about those two things together, of course Maggie will want to see us.
Huh? You think that Chris has money?
Back when we found out he'd been stalking Maggie for so long, you told him he had to pay a small settlement so that you wouldn't call the police on him, right? And he paid that off in one payment. That was quite a bit of money you ended up asking him for, so the fact that he was able to hand you the money right then and there means he has to be rich.
While our daughter had been in distress, who the hell were you worried about?
It's not my fault that I just so happened to fall in love with another man at that time. Love is a thing that nobody truly understands.
That's not what I'm talking about. You want to know where that money came from? It came from his father, who happens to be a business owner. He owns a construction company that is doing very well and brings in a lot of money for him.
What?
And guess what? After what happened then, his mom and dad both disowned him and told him his chances of ever getting the company were zero. And so for the past 2 years, he's been doing very ethically questionable and downright illegal jobs for people, trying to make some cash. To those of us who know a thing or two about these kind of people, we call them lowlives. And normally I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but in his case, he is a terrible person.
What? Are you sure about that?
How about you ask your boyfriend who is sitting right there next to you? Although I'm sure as of right now he doesn't have the patience to sit around, tell you the truth.
Huh? What do you mean?
Right now, my parents, and your parents, along with Chris's parents and my lawyer,
What?
they're all sitting outside the house right now and will be letting themselves in.
Wait!
What? Are you still trying to relax in the tub? Get your clothes on and go downstairs right now.
Hey, Brennan. Oh, please let me back into your life. I was thinking that by becoming Chris's wife, I'd become so happy and live a happy life. But right after we got married, I never expected him to change so suddenly. He's scaring me, Brennan. I finally found a chance to text you without him being around me. Oh, please help me. Help me, Brennan, please.
After my parents and everyone else entered the house, they were all about to get my wife and Chris downstairs and sat them both down. None of them even said a word after sitting them down at the couch. They only gave them very disappointed stares that dug right into their souls. I eventually arrived there soon after everyone else, and we started talking about what had happened and what was going to happen involving those two. And thank goodness I didn't let my daughter come home, because a lot of the things they said about everything was terrible. A few days later, I was able to confirm that money came from both of them to pay the settlement I had asked for, then proceeded to go to the courthouse with my lawyer and divorce her. But even after that, those two somehow still went and got married. And after that, I even got to find out just how scary of a man Chris really is. He never lets her out of his sight, and he's watching her on all platforms to make sure she's not up to anything. She also got to find out about his line of work, or lack thereof, which I had told her a little while back was illegal in many ways. Let's just say that if he really wanted to, he could probably make some good money off of my ex-wife's body if he needed to. Well, I'm long gone from that whole situation now, so I don't care what happens between those two, because none of us really understand love anyway, right? As for my daughter and I, we both made sure that after all the trouble of dealing with Haven, we got right back to work and finished the project at hand. After that project we had both been working on turned out to be a major success, her company ended up merging with mine and she was promoted. With the promotion, though, she was asked to stay at the office we had visited so much, and so she moved out of state. I stayed sort of close to home, and since I got a small promotion myself, I am now the manager of the projects department that works right alongside my daughter. Every so often, I'll go out to see her for work, and so when I do, I stay over at her house instead of getting a hotel room from the company. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Monica. You got a minute?
Hey, Bryant, what's up?
It's about Friday's date.
Oh, I see. What is it?
Turns out, I'm not actually gonna be able to make it after all.
Oh?
Sorry, this one's totally out of my hands. I think I mentioned this before, but it's an important business meeting with an overseas company I'm looking to set up a long-term working relationship with. I always have to arrange meetings with these guys with the gap in time zones in mind, which is why they always tend to be in the evening for me, and there's not much I can do about it.
What's the problem? Surely you can just get the meeting over with early. You're a freelancer, right? I thought you were flexible on stuff like this.
The only reason we're having the meeting in the first place is because of the client, so unfortunately, it's not as simple as dipping out early. Besides, they told me that even if we get done early, it's gonna take at least 4 or 5 hours. Don't worry, babe. I'll make up for it. I promise.
Fine. But if we're canceling, you have to take me to a fancy restaurant next weekend and splash out on me then instead.
Okay, that's fair. What do you want to eat?
I think I'm in the mood for French food.
It's settled then. Let's go to that 3-star French restaurant you've been wanting to go to?
Oh, that place! It looks just amazing. Deal. Thanks, baby.
I heard it's got a dress code, so we have to look the part.
Got it. Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Hmm?
It seems like I lost my earring when I was in your room the other day. I can't find it anywhere, and that's the only place I can think of. I promise I won't get in your way while you're working, babe. Do you mind if I come in and look for it now?
Listen. The thing is, I'm just about to head out to meet a client.
Can I go in with the spare key then?
Um,
I'm going out with the girls tomorrow and I really want to wear those earrings. They're my favorite pair. Please, baby.
Meh. I guess there's no harm. Okay. Please remember one thing, though. My study is off limits. Just like always, okay? Absolutely do not go in there under any circumstances.
Got it.
Monica, good morning. Do you have a minute? There's a little something I need to ask you about.
Sure, what is it?
It's about yesterday. You came over while I was out with a client to look for the earring you lost, right?
That's right. I didn't find it in the end, though.
Oh, really?
That was my favorite earring, too. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Anyway, forgive me, but let's put that conversation to one side for a minute.
What's wrong?
Did you go in my study?
I may have gone in there very briefly.
I knew it!
I was so desperate to find my earring. I knew I wouldn't be able to get it off my mind if I didn't go over the entire place with a fine-tooth comb, which meant peeking in your study, too. But don't worry, I didn't look at your computer or any documents or anything official or important looking related to your work. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't understand.
That's fine, but I didn't really have anything that could cause me trouble if you saw it anyway. And that's not what I'm asking about. Listen, Monica, did you open my desk drawer?
Oh, is this about the ring?
Huh? Yes, it actually is.
Yeah, I took it.
What? You took the ring without my permission?
Well, I figured it was for me anyway. Wait, it was, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was, but...
What's the problem then? I just took what was mine. You have no idea how good the timing was on this. You got me out of a real pinch. Thanks, baby.
I got you out of a real pinch.
So here's the thing. Remember that girls' holiday I went on a little while back? You see, one of my friends covered the $350 for my plane ticket. She lent it to me on the condition I pay her back by today. She was really insistent. I got bang on $350 for the ring at the pawnbrokers. Can you believe how lucky that is?
You sold the ring? You sold it for $350?
I did think about trying to haggle the guy up a bit, but whatever. I'm just happy I was able to pay off my debt.
You have got to be kidding me!
But really, Bryant? If you're gonna buy me presents, you really should push the boat out more.
Excuse me?
I understand you never get as much for the retail price when you sell stuff to a pawnbroker, but even taking that into account, I wish you would have bought me something a little higher quality. Aren't I worth more to you than $350?
Oh my god, Monica. What have you done? As far as I can see, either one of two things has happened here. Either you let him haggle you down to an absurdly low price, or you went to a shady pawnbroker.
Huh?
You would have never gotten so little for it otherwise.
What do you mean?
That was an expensive top-of-the-range ring!
Huh? It was? How much?
$25,000!
$25,000?
And a real diamond in it! And not just a small one either!
Seriously? I thought it was just some cheap, tacky, cubic zirconia.
I bought it at the most luxurious jeweler in the state. I had to book an appointment just to go in and browse, for crying out loud. The appraisal certificate was right next to the ring in the drawer. Are you saying you didn't notice?
I didn't notice. Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna head back to the pawnbrokers and get it back. Just you wait. Bryant?
How did it go?
They don't have it anymore.
What?
Apparently they sold it yesterday.
Seriously? Do you have any idea who bought it?
They said they're not at liberty to disclose that information.
Oh my god. That's it then. There's nothing we can do.
But this isn't so bad, Bryant. I mean, think about it. It was for me in the first place, right?
Well, it was. But I feel like that's not the...
No problem then. Just think of this as having given me it a little earlier than expected. This happened after I got a hold of it, and I had no way of knowing, so it can't be helped. Plus, it did pay off my debt. Every cloud. No use crying over spilled milk, you know. It's fine, baby, really.
What?
I won't deny it is a little unfortunate, but I'm not gonna let it bother me, so you shouldn't either. Please let it go. Okay, that settles it then. That's the end of that.
How can you move on from this so easily?
Life's too short to dwell on bygones. What's done is done. We could cry and complain and be all down in the dumps, but where would it get us? Let's take a forward-looking, constructive attitude towards this, okay? You can't choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you react to it.
What the hell are you talking about? Happens to you? But you're the one who...
More importantly, let's think about something a little more fun. This conversation is boring now. That reminds me, did you already make the booking at the fancy French restaurant next weekend? Since we don't eat out at places that nice very often, I think we should make the most of it and go for the 7 courses with champagne option.
That's enough.
Huh?
We're not going to the restaurant.
What? Why not? Aren't you forgetting something? This is your way of apologizing to me for canceling our date on Friday. You still have making up to do, mister. It has nothing to do with the whole ring thing. You're still not hung up on that, are you? Geez, seriously? You better not be sulking.
You still don't understand, do you?
Understand what?
Come on, just think about this. When do I buy you presents? Excluding our anniversary and your birthday, I almost literally never buy you anything. Yet there I was, about to give you a $25,000 ring. Did that not make you stop and think about it for even 1 second?
No, not this again. Look, baby, I'm really touched you bought me something so nice. I am. But it's gone now. Can't we just, get over it already?
That was an engagement ring!
Huh?
The booking at the French restaurant next week. On the surface, it was my way of apologizing for the date we missed on Friday. But in reality, the plan from the beginning was to propose to you there.
What? Really?
Remember before, when you said you'd always dreamed of being proposed to at a luxury restaurant with a beautiful view of the nighttime landscape? The plan was to get down on one knee while we were eating and pop the question. I want to make your dream a reality. That's why I intended to keep it hidden from you until the day. It was supposed to be a surprise. That's why I went out of my way to make sure the ring was stashed away in the desk drawer of my study that you weren't supposed to go in. Huh? What kind of reaction is that?
Sorry, baby, I'm just a little incredulous. Forgive me, but I have to ask you this. Can you really afford something as expensive as a $25,000 ring?
Huh?
Do freelancers really make that much money?
That differs from person to person.
But you buying a $25,000 ring? I just can't believe it.
I just went with the old, an engagement ring should be 3 times your month's salary rule, and that's how much it came to.
What? So you must make, what, over $8,000 a month? And wait, what? No way, $10,000 a year?
Well, there are taxes and some other minor deductions to take into account, but if you calculate a rough overall figure, then yes, more or less.
Well, if you're that rich, you could just buy me a new ring then, can't you?
Huh?
I understand what happened is a little unfortunate, but if you work hard, you can make up for it in no time. It's just like they say, when you fall off your horse, you get straight back on it.
You're something else.
Do it for me, Bryant.
No, No! That's it. I can't do this anymore.
Ugh, where's your fighting spirit? Ugh, and to think you call yourself a man. Did you say the restaurant wasn't booked? That's okay. In that case, leave it to me. I'll call them now.
It's not that I didn't book it, Monica. I just canceled it.
Huh? Why?
Because I'm breaking up with you.
What?
I can't do this anymore. I had no idea you were this irrational and lacking in common sense.
Common sense? Don't be so nasty. What does that mean?
Do you seriously still not get it?
Duh, that's why I'm asking, dummy.
You sold the engagement ring you took without my permission from a closed drawer in a room I told you not to go in. Your attitude when you found out that you had no hope of getting it back was awful. It was like you didn't care. Then, in spite of knowing the ring cost me $25,000, you didn't even show an inkling of any kind of sense of personal responsibility. Instead, basically ordering me to go out and get you a new one, like I'm your personal ATM. You genuinely seem to have no idea whatsoever of how awful and problematic your behavior is. I can't do this anymore. I just can't.
Oh my god!
Please, never contact me again.
Bryant, wait, please? How am I the bad guy here all of a sudden? I didn't do anything wrong. Ugh, Bryant!
A few days later, I sent Monica a compensation claim for the engagement ring through my lawyer. My lawyer, unbelievably, told me the response he got was, that ring was a present for me, so it makes no sense that I have to pay compensation. And she refused to pay. I was at my wit's end, and playing nice was going to get me nowhere. So, I decided to tell her parents everything. The next day, I received a letter of apology through my lawyer, and the entire sum was paid into my bank account. Monica was forced to go and live back at her folks' place, and ordered to sign a written pledge agreeing to never come near me or contact me again. I heard her parents made her start work at a friend's factory so she could start making repayments on the $25,000 they very kindly lent her. However, I recently heard from one of our mutual friends that now, even to this day, she still insists that she did nothing wrong, constantly complaining about me. Why did he do this to me? It's not fair. He also told me that other people in her life are finally starting to get sick of her bad-mouthing everyone, like she's Little Miss Perfect and can do nothing wrong. She's losing friends, one after the other, and if she's not careful, she'll be completely on her own before long.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.